Metanasi say the anache say unimisa good munsembere and edu so. It's time for sports. My name is Mutala Yakubu and nyame kwana mabahana. Metanasi the ananim say I'm going to have a chit chat with my boss and the head of sports for IMAX. Yeah, Mr. Yaw Ampofo Ankrah no and ako chinchiaba wako France wako Spain or the Black Stars so you'll be giving us all the gist as far as World Cup ne Barcelona is concerned. Yeah, good morning.
Mutala, when did you wait there? I
am highly motivated.
Yes. Very positive.
Yeah, very
Send
positive.
to us and Cassandra. So.
Of course. Now, last week, there was something unique that happened here. I mean, IMAX boxing promotions. You signed your first 3 boxes. Now, I mean, these boxes were discovered in the Deluxe Professional Boxing League. Yes, share Deluxe Professional Boxing League in Arsenal. Now, it be Kasa, but you say, Ejina, and it's the talk of town.
Absolutely. Osha, a very historic event. It's not just about entertainment. It's not just about fighting. It's not just about the sports. Development, nurturing, and long term. It is IMAX Media is spearheading a new dawn in Ghana boxing. I say all the areas that we can help and contribute. And one of those areas is obviously to get the boxers so that in future they get opportunities to go beyond more present circumstances or be more. And I think that is one of the key reasons why IMAX Media has gone into this, venture to make sure the boxers will get that support. John Quay, Michael Ansa, and Charles Yao said the 3 boxers who have been signed by IMAX Media, meaning that beyond Omoko every week, beyond their current gyms that they're in, we need to help them push to the next level. So it's very significant if you hear the GBA president and also directors of IMAX Media, you would understand why this situation is.
Of course. And talking about the directors of IMAX Media, and Mr. NSAD, or no, your head of communication for IMAX Media, or not sure why they actually signed these 3 boxes.
Today is a very exciting day for us, for obvious reason. You know, something that we all planted has yielded results, and for which we are meeting today. We are meeting ostensibly to sign on 3 boxers who have come through the ranks of the Deluxe Professional Boxing League. That is your Charles Tete, who parades himself as Max TV. He comes in fully branded, and then Michael Ansa, and then that's John Quay. We are excited to take on these young boxers. I mean, it's been a long journey, and it's been quite a tough and difficult ones. And so we thought it wise that, okay, let's pick them up, support them, promote their brands, encourage them, and their discipline. And for us, these are some of the reasons why we've picked them on.
So this is historic. I've been seeing that now. GBA president, that is Abraham Kote Nikwe, was also around. Also, IMAX boxing promotion abaso. Esambo IMAX abaso and Kasa Mr. Max Otichi, the CEO of IMAX, say GDA or the Asha boxing, Mona or Magana boxing, Tumpong.
From the GBA point of view, we started this journey with IMAX promotions, and for so far, we have the getting to the 15th event. It has been a long journey and fruitful one. Ghana Boxing Authority, we always say God bless IMAX Promotions, Mr. Chairman Techi and his able leaders around him. The Ghana Boxing Authority have seen so far the hard work of IMAX, and we have seen the strength of IMAX Promotions as well. Today, they are in to sign 3 of our boxers, and for us as a GBA, it is a good step. We would like to encourage them that not only signing the boxers, but as they've taken the responsibility of the boxing league, we also want them to take the responsibility of the 3 boxers they've signed so far. There's no doubt at all, we know they can do more than we are even expecting. But these are young ones with a talent, and boxing is not time wasting. whatever we are doing to get away titles, these guys are going to be the face to bring us the away titles through IMAS promotions. And for that reason, they have to pay attention to the boxers. Myself and my chairman of promotion, deputy communication, and the head of media, head of marketing, we are all here with their various coaches to witness the signing of the boxers. We will also assure IMAS that the GBA and the coaches will work together and make sure that they will not waste their money at all. But we are going to work together to help these boxers achieve whatever they have to achieve.
Abraham Kote Nikwe, GBA president. Yeah, or say they will ensure that IMAX boxing promotion will not waste their money. You have seen all the 3 boxers at the Deluxe Professional Boxing League. Is it a good deal?
Oh, absolutely. Set talent's not there, and I think that is why the emphasis is on taking them to the next level. Set, just the fights week in, week out, and we don't push the buttons to get them to do better. And it might be retrogressive, but we are progressive. Going forward, how can we get these boys and support them beyond that? And you're talking about sports science here, boxing. You're fighting against some of the best boxers in the world, potentially. You need to be prepared. And it's also about the satellites' interest or investments and the benefits, the gyms, the communities, the infrastructure around it. Okay. I think all of these would benefit when you're able to get in touch with the boxers, the coaches, and make sure that only on mobile then you try and bring it to them.
Of course. So we'll be keeping an eye on these 3 boxers now and share development. But you're moving away from boxing and let's do some football because Ghana Premier League, may be on hold, but the man and that is the Women's Premier League. Malta Guinness, so Malta Guinness, Women's Premier League. I shall see over the weekend na Max TV, the Women's Premier League. So first game, the bro was Thunder Queens against Police Ladies with Thunder Queens beating them by 2-1. And share highlights of that one.
With the first set piece in a very good position. Coming the way of Thunder Queens, swung into the 18-yard opportunity, and it's a goal. This happens to have been the first set piece for Thunder Queens, and Gifty Osei puts Thunder Queens in the lead here at the Presec Park.
Where they are going to go past the police team. This is a superb free kick taken, and
to take the lead here at the Presec Park. She sent another crossing into the 18-yard box, and it's a goal! What a goal! Master of set pieces. She has done so much well. This ladies 0 after 75 minutes of action.
Well, I mean,
Jane Yam still enters the 18-yard box. She is stripped, and Rita Ikasa awards and rewards, of course, Police Ladies with a spot kick. The whistle is blown. Mary Berkun, she scores. Mary Berkun reduces the deficit for Police Ladies with 12 minutes left to end proceedings here at the Presec Park.
The first match of the Guinness Ghana Women.
And it ends here at the Presec Park with Thunder Queens.
So Thunder Queens there beating Police Ladies by 2-1. To quickly share results in PMO on match day 1 of the Women's Premier League. Yensha here with the Northern Zone. A Horna Pelpia Ladies and the Prison Ladies. I can see the Korea goalless. Tamale Super Ladies also beat Ashtown. Drew 1-1 with Ashtown Ladies. Sorry, Apim Dakwa also drawing with the Northern Ladies 1-1 and the Sokoya Supreme Ladies at Kandum at the Swa Candy Soccer Academy. Fabulous Ladies also losing to Dreams Ladies by 3-2. And here for the Northern Zone, let's look at the Southern Zone and the actual results in PMO. That is where Hazakes ladies also beat Berry ladies by a goal to nil. Thunder Queens beating Police ladies. That is what you just saw on your screen. Soccer intellectuals and so trauma. Fair ladies trying to cover corner so intimate. Army ladies also beating Lady Strikers by 4-0. And ACM Secret also put 3 past a Rich City, who are a new entry into way. And in the course, so in match day 1 of the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Yeah, some baby. I mean, Ghana Premier League on hold, but the Women's Premier League is back in IMAX. Again, we are showing it.
Absolutely. Women's football, for a long time, they went to the World Cup first before the men, the Senior World Cup. And women's football has always been at the edge, at the cusp. I remember once upon a time in Nigeria, it was always one goal difference, very slim. Then we closed the gap, and then others came, South Africa, the North Africans, your friends say Equatorial Guinea. But what happens is that in Ghana, the leagues are getting stronger. And the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League is an example of how far the game has gone. Being televised for people to watch it. Rare. Once upon a time, you don't see women's football being played live. Women handling the commentary, seeing all the action. Yeah. I think it's a step in the right direction. And gradually, we'll get there. Ghana Premier League has gone through its difficult years when you talk of promotions, branding, marketing, mileage. Women's Premier League is in the right direction. And I think we should commend Malta Guinness as well for coming on board. Of course.
I'll commend Malta Guinness now, commend Max TV and IMAX as well, because bringing it live. I remember the day I went to the FA, I spoke to Cleopatra of Rich City. Her excitement is that the league is going to be on TV. Her team is going to be seen live.
And also, I have fabulously well with the team,
course. Right? And I'll say it's a proud moment because all what she's worked for all these years, now finally will be out there for people to see. But before that, touch on Heart of Folk. They were in action in the CAF Confederation Cup preliminary round against Real Bamako. Kopiemo Mali. Ankoye Kotoko are already out of the CAF Champions League, so the onus fell on Heart of Folk. We were hoping Senka results now better. They lost 3-0 in the first leg.
Yeah, what the officials and
problem free.
I've spoken to, and they'll tell you that AS Bamako omonye team bia.
Yes.
But everyone some share in 3. So you ask yourself, so what happened? And there is this strong belief. What the players look at, and they believe that they will reverse the scoreline. They believe that they can win either 4-0 or 3-0 to take it to penalties. I don't know. But that tells you whether tactically they got it all wrong or maybe they were complacent. I'm not too sure. But if you concede 3 goals away from home, you are beaten clearly. And you're 2-1, and you're 3-2, and you're 1-0. It's 3 unanswered goals. Having said that, Heart of Oak foresee or be reverse it, and there will be a miracle in the return leg, and they will qualify.
Be that against St. George's from Ethiopia. It was played at Obuasi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Obuasi. Yes. They lost 3-0 in the first leg in Ethiopia. They beat them 4-0. So, but time has changed. A lot has happened over the years. It's not the same Heart of Folk we knew back then, but they have a tough task this Sunday. At the Accra Sports Stadium, can they overturn that scoreline?
It's difficult to beat Hearts at the Accra Sports Stadium. Or recent history, or they tend to do much better when they're playing a second leg, especially traveling away. They lose heavily when they travel second leg. How many North Africans? They took 6, they take 4, but they've gone to see what they need to do. In Tomabefi, can they hold the Malians, get 3 goals unanswered, and then take it to extra time or penalties? That is the question. Almost 4 there. They've qualified outright.
So Sunday, anybody saw game nature Heart of Folk against Real Bamako. Second leg of the CAF Confederation Cup. The first leg Heart of Folk Dinkuku by 3-0. Let's now turn our attention to arguably the most exciting league in the world, and the English Premier League. Over the weekend, lots of games occurred. So Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, Wolverhampton Wanderers, trying to come here and went to Manchester City, and so Southampton, the 4, so to be Erling Haaland cannot stop scoring. Erling Haaland, he's a machine. What is he?
A robot.
I mean, 15 goals in just 9 appearances.
And 20 in all competitions.
Yes.
I think what it is that a combination of simplicity, strength, or height, or strength. And he's only 22. He's a youngster. He's a kid. So he's going to learn and get better. That's the frightening thing about him. But if you are not a Manchester City fan, you'll be very worried because he's just warming up. If you are a Manchester City fan, you'll be thrilled because the next...
Also, he's just warming up.
Yes.
Or granted, an interview after the Southampton game. He says he hopes that the Manchester City faithfuls will be patient with him because he has not adapted.
Exactly.
You've scored 15 goals in the league in 9 appearances. You are saying you've not adapted.
And I am modest. Osha, he's a very humble guy and he's taking it in his stride. It's a great story for Manchester City, for the blue side of Manchester.
Golden Boot already won.
I would say that it'll be very difficult for anybody to catch up with Haaland. Psychologically, Krano, you look at Salah, Harry Kane, the usual suspects. Psychologically, almost they realize that no, it's going to be very difficult. Only 10 matches played, 10 matches played, and the guy is just banging in goals, 20 in all competitions. He's not a fluke. One of the best buys in the last 10 years, I think, by a club. If he continues like this with these numbers, Ubicha, Ronaldo, Messi, and all the rest of them.
Of course. And also, the biggest game of the weekend was at the Emirates. Arsenal and Liverpool ended the Premier. So Arsenal winning by 3-2 with that controversial penalty decision. Manchester United, after that defeat against Manchester City, bounced back to beat Everton by 2-1. Interesting games yesterday. Yeah, let's start off with what happened at the Emirates. I mean, it was 2-2. The game looked to be in balance. It was everybody's game. Then that penalty decision. They said another talk of town. Because on another day, another referee will wave play on.
Arsenal deserved the win overall. They wanted it more. They were pressing. But for Liverpool, at least, a better performance. But again, on the defense, they're leaky. The referee, what he saw was contact in the box. And I'm sure he got a message, but he took the decision straight away. And normally, such a big game, he would have paused. Let's take a look at the VAR and take a decision. But where he stood, who contacted Arsenal. And I think coming back 3 times was asking a bit much of Liverpool. For Klopp, he's on his way out. I totally disagree.
Now the problem for Liverpool is that they are 14 points behind Arsenal, who are leading the table.
For a Manchester City and a Manchester United or Chelsea, then I'll be very worried. But for Arsenal, with all due respect, I think, still they have to prove that they can do it mentally.
Now you're my
just 10 matches to go. If it is Manchester United 10 points ahead, City, Chelsea, maybe Tottenham, I just think that Arsenal still have a lot of work to do. Yambo, maybe 15 matches. Maybe after the World Cup, when players come back, and we'll see how they cope. But beating Liverpool is a huge boost for them. And I think, it puts them in the right state of mind confidently when they faced Manchester City, when they faced, on the first test was against Manchester United. And they failed. They've learned and they've beaten another big team, Liverpool. Let's see how they face the other top team.
Of course, Manchester United were also in action. They won 2-1, but the
700.
700. Cristiano Ronaldo has joined the 700 club. Now 700 goals in club football. Unrealistic.
Yeah, okay. When you talk about Haaland, this is the kind of records he can potentially break. But 700 is a lot of goals. But it shows you that Ronaldo, notwithstanding challenges, he's not started matches, he's been on the bench, he's had issues with Manchester United management, the new coach, but professionally, on man of that opportunity and that platform, he would deliver.
And he doesn't look like he's slowing down at age 37.
Really.
He still wants to play at the highest level.
Yeah, and you have to give him credit. Or a consummate professional, looks after his body. He's very fit, very psychologically tough. A lot of players going through what he has gone through this season would find it difficult, but he's bounced back. And I think Ronaldo needs a thumbs up and salutes.
Of course, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 700 goals for club. Another league that is also live on Max TV every Sunday. That is the Italian Serie A. Milan, after that 3-0 defeat to Chelsea in the Champions League, almost have a Juve, Juve, Roma also beating Lecce. So the race for the Scudetto is also getting interesting. I mean, AC Milan, after losing to Chelsea by 3-0, played Juventus, beat them 2-0. But the spotlight is not even on Milan. It's on Juventus. What is happening at Juve?
A good question. Evolution, sir. Big teams, when they have little problems, they are magnified. If you don't win 1, 2, 3 matches, then it becomes a big issue. But they're such a big club. more enough depth in talent in depth for them to come back. I still think it's too early in the season for panic buttons or for people to write off Juve. The old ladies, as they're called, of Turin, don't write them off. But Dybala, interestingly, scoring for Roma.
Yeah.
He went for free.
Yeah.
He's one player that I've always felt that he's potentially one of the best players in the world. A few injuries here and there, but I reckon another big club, with all due respect to Roma, would come in for him, and we'll see the best of Dybala. He's one of my favorite players. That little guy is fantastic.
Of course, and that is what is happening in the Italian Serie A. In the Spanish La Liga, in a week, building up to that El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid. They both played. Obia renewed the game by a 0-0. So yeah, El Clasico this weekend, both teams on 22 points, winning their games by a 0-0. They are tied on points. In the El Clasico this weekend, the Obedi Kunimbia and Wati team by 3 points.
And I think, as always, El Clasico is not, form guy.
But it hasn't been the same ever since Messi and Ronaldo free, Real Madrid and Barca respectively.
Yeah, for us who are not so closely connected with it, for the Spaniards, it's still a big game, the biggest game. Almost it's the biggest game in club football. But the Italians would also tell you AC Milan and Juventus, the rivalry, Manchester United and City now, maybe Liverpool, Everton, every country, Argentina, River Plate, the Boca Juniors. But they will tell you that is the biggest club derby in football. This weekend, I think you see a Barcelona side that may struggle against Madrid. Madrid still have a psychological advantage
over them.
For some reason. Yeah. In recent years, they've been more successful. And I think when they meet, they kind of raise their game a little bit. But the last time they met, remember, your man, Aubameyang came to the party, so anything can happen. And the scoreline...
Lewandowski or Benzema?
Good question. Good question. Benzema is the real deal. Lewandowski has to prove that he has arrived. Yeah, it will be an interesting game.
Of course, it will be an interesting game. But there was one interesting game in Germany this weekend. The Die Klassiker, almost a version of a Classico. Bayern Munich against Dortmund. Bayern took a 2-0 lead, but Dortmund ever how they led by 2 goals but Bayern Munich are also not the same. A lot of pressure, especially on Julian Nagelsmann. Obviously, his team is not playing the Bayern Munich way because they expect them to dominate teams in the Bundesliga.
Unfortunately, they expect Bayern to win every single match and score 3-4 goals. But for the Bundesliga, a great result. And for neutrals, it's a fantastic result. I'm happy for Modest as well. With a lot of criticism early in the season, assist and a goal makes it, Dortmund haven't also been themselves, have they? Or more on and off. But on this game, this weekend, they didn't give up, and the draw was about the right result. Second half,
of course. I've already had in check Qatar, just 41 days to start the World Cup. Then you're showing him, big countdown, idiot, that's so cost war, Max TV. But news many free Qatar, apart from the men who about the rules, behavioral graphic biaba. I just say Udu Qatar. So they are saying it's not from the government, but it's from the citizens who are actually pushing a campaign. They say reflect your respect. So also Udi Susano Moka.
Yeah, I'm a friend. Reflect your respect campaign, which is basically about it's Islamic. Okay, so when they say that it's from the citizens, and you're not correct, because the citizens don't tell the state what's in an Islamic state. Yes. But I know where they're coming from. Basically, what they're saying is that we having visitors, millions of them from all over the world. They have different cultures, and football is very much engagement, open, free, and they feel say we don't like certain things. So we're letting you know ahead of time, 41 days to go. Actually, they released this quite a while ago. Dressing. Almost say dress modestly, especially a man. I think if you dress and you reveal too much of your flesh, it's offensive to them.
But can they make room for
the World Cup?
Yeah, because we are in the culture.
Good.
We are coming from diverse backgrounds.
Good, and that is where FIFA comes in, because FIFA would obviously have, before you qualify, you bid for the World Cup. These are things that are expected. It is like World Cup Ghana. Yes, we're a hospitable nation, but what else is it about our culture that we want others to respect? So for the Qatari, it's very simple. Don't dress, don't wear mini skirts.
Yeah,
yes, don't show cleavage. And it might be brave. And for MM also, respect the women you see. Don't, your friend is saying, don't engage them in unnecessary.
But Brazil authors they so release a statement says address no more Canadian or more they will dress the way they
and
want.
The Italian supporters too, they like to take off
their shirts.
It's, you know, all these things. How are you going to implement it? As for the hotels, they have cameras, they have security. It's Mutala Qatar. Now the Oba Eco Hotel, like they will ask you if she's your wife, and you need to prove
by
that she's your wife
papers,
before she's allowed. I just said there, you sleep alone. You know, even if she's your wife, you cannot let her, you know, accompany you. And then other things, don't get drunk in public. I'm say Ghana cry. It's you know, obscenities. No, don't be swearing in public. And smoke. And then maybe you think, oh, but I said with the human rights infringement. No, once you enter Qatar, you need to abide by these rules. But I'm wondering whether or not people would abide by these rules.
Of course, and see, yeah, him say World Cup will be one of the best. It's a Christmas World Cup, and see, Yaw Ampofo Ankrah, the Obaka Kupim Wakata, no update on this issue. Every update that you need about the Black Stars, the World Cup, and Obaka Kupim Wakata, and you don't want to miss out. You have to stay with Max TV this World Cup season. Any the Mutala Yakubu.